Hello, YouTube. I'm back. Yep, it's been 32 days since I originally got spaces between my teeth, and it's been 12 days since I had my surgery for maxillary expansion, the widening of my top jaw. And you can see I've got a crazy gap now. Look, how cool is that? Okay, I still have this metal device in my mouth. I wanted to start off just by talking a little bit about the experience I had with surgery. I made I made a video immediately after the day I had surgery, and kind of said it wasn't such a big deal, and it wasn't. It was pretty easy, not much pain, but the swelling did last a lot longer than I was expecting. So even though I wasn't on pain, I was bleeding a lot, and I was sort of prescribed a lot of painkillers, so I thought I'd show you those there. The weakest ones I had this one, Panamax. This is just like a generic brand paracetamol. So sometimes I was taking those. On other days I was taking this one. It's called Apo paracetamol codeine or something. So this was like a medium strength one that I would take if I was feeling a little bit more in pain, but I wasn't really too much. And I also had some endone here. So I wasn't taking them all at once, but I was sort of trying to regulate it, taking them 3 times a day, taking one of them 3 times a day, just to see, depending on how much pain I had, which wasn't really much. And I also have these ibuprofen, which are sort of to help reduce the swelling. I found that I kind of wanted to get off the painkillers as fast as possible because the side effects of the strong painkillers were much worse than the actual pain itself. I didn't really think the pain was a problem, and just the swelling was a bit of a problem. I took a couple of photos after I took that video just on each day, so I'll just show you those now. Yeah, so you can see from that I was kind of bruised around here, looking pretty swollen around here, and it took probably about a good 7 days before I really started to feel the swelling was going down. And that whole week I was kind of coughing up blood because it goes into your stomach a little bit. I figured now that I've got such a crazy gap, I might do my best David Letterman impression. So here I am now in a tie. I'm just going to vamp for a bit. Hey, say, so, hoo, hey, okay. That's my David Letterman impression. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me talk more about my mouth. What did I say? I was concerned around the stitches. I was getting sort of a big sort of white bit of skin coming through, and I thought it was an infection. The surgeon told me that it's not, it's just the skin goes a little bit white when it's sort of healing around the stitches there, so there's no problems there. I've taken a couple of photos of just how that scar in my upper lip is going, just so you can have a look, and also just on the inside of my mouth, so you can see the expander and how that's going. So I'll show you that now. Here's your warning. Just forward 10 seconds if you don't want to see the inside of my mouth. Okay, so you can see from the photo there that some glue has been put now on that bolt in the middle of the device. And so that's because I saw the orthodontist today, that's why I'm making this video, and he said there's been enough expansion now, and he just wanted to glue that bolt into place so that it didn't sort of unwind, and now that device is going to stay in place inside my mouth for 3 months. So it's going to be like a splint, just holding my jaw in place until the bone sets. So that's a little bit frustrating. It means I have a date booked. It's going to be the 9th of January when I finally get this thing out of my mouth, and then I will at least sound normal again and be able to talk. Although I got to say, I think I'm getting better at speaking with this in my mouth. It's just a few things that make it quite obvious that there's something in my mouth, but it is getting better than before. Speaking of which, I remember the day after I got this in my mouth, I said that eating was too hard and I don't think that I'm going to bother eating. I'm just going to sort of maybe put everything into the food processor and drink it up through a straw. I've kind of changed on that a bit now. It's gotten easier. I think my original thinking on that subject was because the first thing I tried to eat afterwards was an orange, because I thought that an orange would be really soft and easy to eat. But because it's quite stringy, it was getting caught on top of my device and ended up with most of the orange just sitting on top of the device, and it was really hard to get it out. So, and that day I also had a couple of lectures that I had to go to, so I spent half the day with just orange stuck in the top of my mouth that I couldn't get out because I didn't have time to. So that was a really unpleasant experience, but after a week of having shakes and soups and that kind of thing, I've been a bit more adventurous, and it is actually much easier to chew now, although at this point I have a lot more contact on this side of my mouth, like that, and this side I actually need to sort of move my jaw to the side to get my teeth to connect on this side. So it's just this side that I'm mostly chewing on, but I'm going to try and chew on this side a bit more if I can, because I just want to keep the muscles even, I guess. So it's expanded as much as it's going to now. Now it's just being held in place, just so that you know. I showed you in the last video, I was cranking it 3 times down, and I was doing that twice per day. So I did that in total 23 times. I did it twice on the 11 days after surgery, plus once this morning. And I think when I looked at it, there was a bit of a gap after surgery, so I imagine that the surgeon also cranked it a couple of times. So I can't say exactly how much. I was told originally that it would move 1 millimeter every 4 days, but I'm not sure if that's true, because look, if I show you my gap with the ruler, you can see it's come about 7 millimeters. It's about 7 millimeters now. So that's 7 millimeters growth in 12 days. It's pretty crazy. And everything between there now is new bone. So I haven't lost a tooth. Some people sort of think I've lost a tooth now. It's all new bone. Just like as I said last time, when I crank it, it doesn't hurt at all. Every time I've cranked it, I maybe feel a little bit of tightness, but that generally, that feeling goes away within 1 to 5 minutes. It's really nothing at all. So it doesn't hurt. A lot of people sort of squint at me like, ooh, it looks like it probably would hurt a lot, but it doesn't. So, but I'm sort of glad it's over, because now there's a date set in time for when I can get this out. And that will be really good for me. So when I saw the orthodontist today, he said if you're sort of embarrassed by the gap between your teeth, then you can put a fake tooth in there. And I thought, I think I would look more like a freak if I had an odd number of teeth with one giant tooth in the middle than if I just have a giant gap. And I actually don't mind the gap. I think it's kind of like, character building having a giant gap like this. It's going to close over soon enough after I get braces, but I don't know how long that'll be. So, the next steps for me are I've got an appointment in about 3 weeks. I'm going to get braces on, and so I'll have braces on my teeth at the same time as I have this device in my mouth. And then, as I said, 3 months from now, I'll get this device out. I'll probably make a video on that day as well, just to let you know how it's going, and you can hear me talk again for the first time in a while. You can hear me talk normally for the first time in a while. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been sort of informative, and anyone that's thinking of having this kind of surgery, hopefully it's sort of answered any questions that you might be having. If you've got any questions or comments, let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks when I get my braces on. Bye.